decided to take 2 weeks off to venture off and discover Bali. We're staying in Seminyak, we're going to Ubud, Selemadeg, and then finishing off in Canggu. This is just a little video of our little trip. Hopefully it'll help you as well if you're hoping to head off to Bali. We're hoping to discover the real Bali and have a look at the traditional ways of the Balinese people, their culture and their food.
The villa we were staying in was called Mahala Hasa Villas. It was a 5-minute walk to the beach. It was nice and central. So Bill was a bit of a grump for the first few days in Seminyak. We were both a little bit dehydrated and trying to acclimatise to the new tropical weather.
Good time to catch a plane home.
Let's just say Bill didn't love how manic the streets of Seminyak were at this point.
Alright, I'm not going back out now, that's enough. It's enough Bali for me for one day.
Billy was quite sceptical of coming to Bali from a few stories that we all heard from our friends. The reputation of the really touristy areas made us think twice about going.
Basically, we just weren't interested in a holiday going to touristy areas because of how westernised and crazy busy it is. We were told that Seminyak was less busy than, say, Kuta, but we still found it pretty hectic. Despite this, the Balinese people were so kind and just willing to go out of their way to help you with anything. So we settled in nicely to our villa. It had traditional Balinese furniture and hatching on the roof. It was perfect. Seminyak had the best cafes and restaurants. So many yummy acai bowls. I think I had one at least every day. We went to Shelter Cafe, to Strawberry Fields, went to Kynd Cafe a few times. That was one of my favourites. Everything on the menu was so vibrant in colour. It was all so fresh. And then of course we had to go to one of the beach clubs.
Next leg of the trip was from Seminyak to Ubud. We arrived at our next hotel called the Acai Resort, which was amazing.
It was nice and central and it was surrounded by tropical plants and palm trees. We then had a wander around the resort having a look at all the facilities. It had 2 pools and one was an infinity style pool, which was pretty cool to relax by and have a few cocktails. For some reason we got upgraded, so we had a beautiful deep bathtub, we had breakfast included, and we were on the top floor, so we had the most amazing views overlooking Ubud. We also got a daily complimentary afternoon tea. It was a different selection each day and really Balinese based sweets. So a lot of banana, tapioca and coconut based desserts. We went out to explore Ubud and fell in love instantly. We noticed that the pathways in Ubud were so much more cleaner and clearer than what they were in Seminyak.
It was super easy for us just to mosey around and check out all the shops. It just felt a little bit safer as well. There were less people trying to haggle you into their shops and less people trying to yell out to see if you wanted a taxi ride all the time like we experienced in Seminyak, so it was really peaceful. After being so careful with what we were eating, we got Bali Belly. So we were stuck in bed for a solid 24 hours feeling absolutely shit. So I'd woken up at around 2 a.m. Each half hour I was vomiting. Then Billy caught on. It was both ends for him though, the poor guy.
We then had bulk coconuts to help us recover from our Bali Belly, to help replace any lost electrolytes and to keep us hydrated. We found this amazing coconut shop called Tookies. It just sold heaps of different coconut items. So we had coconut water, coconut affogato served with coconut milk and coconut ice cream. So it's a new day and we finally feel a little bit better from our Bali Belly. So we force ourselves to go down and finally try out our buffet breakfast. The dining area was gorgeous. It was all open and had surrounding rice fields. And poor Bill's a bit tired here, being kept up, being sick. We went to go check out the monkey forest, which was incredible. It had big old ancient vines and huge trees where the monkeys were just roaming around freely. And old mate here got stuck with the worst job, checking a friend over for fleas and then having to eat them. It was pretty fascinating watching the monkeys just run around so human-like and agile. We watched this one monkey jump onto a guy's backpack and it knew straight away to open up the backpack and take what was in the bag. I actually found them a little bit creepy. You just never knew if they were going to attack or not. And here Billy's made a little friend. We then went on the Kempawan Ridge Walk, which is just on the outskirts of Ubud. We thought we were getting a little bit lost, but we found the waterfall and the beautiful old bridge, indicating we were in the right direction. Either side of us were big valleys of green, lush forest with hidden huts and resorts intertwined. We walked for about 2k and then came upon the old village at the top. There were some restaurants that you could stop at to have a drink with the most beautiful views of the valley. We then went on a bike tour with a company called Green Bike Tours. I would highly recommend them. We drove halfway up Mount Batar and then we rode our bikes downhill from there. We passed through little villages, rice fields and jungle. We then stopped off at a luwak coffee plantation, aka cat poo coffee. It's literally coffee beans that have been digested by the luwak animal, so it has this unique taste. And then we got to enjoy the beautiful views of the Tegalalang rice terraces. We then made our way to the next part of our trip at the Bali Eco Stay, which was situated in East Selemadeg. We were taken to our room. Ours was called the Buddha Bungalow. I couldn't get over how much we were actually in the middle of nowhere amongst all of this wilderness, and therefore I actually started to panic about us only having 3 walls and being so open to the wild. I was just imagining being eaten alive by giant mosquitoes or having giant cats creep through our room at night. Despite me having a mini freak out, our little bungalow was so cool. Our bed was upstairs and we had the best view of a stream right next to us, which was perfect to go to sleep to with the running water. We settled in and then we made our way to the dining room for dinner, which was situated overlooking rice fields, and we watched the sunset as we enjoyed our nasi camper. We then made our way to bed, making sure to turn off all the lights and our mobile phones, making sure that we weren't going to attract those big giant mosquitoes. And yes, we survived the first night unscathed. I don't know what I was so worried about. We were taken on a tour of the property to see their permaculture gardens and their edible food forests. We were told at breakfast that everything we were eating was from their own gardens and they were aiming to reduce as much waste as possible. We were given a map to do a 3-hour trek going through jungle, rice terraces and villages. We also found a waterfall on the way, which was absolutely beautiful. We passed little huts, wild dogs, farmers in their rice fields, to walk by and observe the true Bali and its farming communities and villages was such an eye-opening experience, and I really gained a lot of perspective. We then made our way to Canggu, to our next villa called Regali Villas, which was really nice and central. I really loved the setup of this villa. It was nice and open. We had our own little kitchenette outside with like a nice pool and a little sunbaking area, and then sort of in the middle we had our little room which had windows surrounding the whole bedroom, and then we had a little outdoor bathroom. We then hired a scooter and we had a cruise around Canggu to check out the place. We found it so relaxed. There was nowhere near as many people, scooters or cars as there were in Seminyak, so we loved it straight away. We then went on a very important hunt for some cool cafes. We tried out Crate Cafe, which had a cool view of some rice fields, and then we went to Bali Buddha and fell in love. We actually went there every day. It had the yummiest and freshest salads. There were lots of cool little markets we went to, and we went to check out the beach as well, which was a lot cleaner than the Seminyak one. We spent our last few nights in Bali just enjoying the gorgeous sunset at Eco Beach in Canggu.
Yes, I will be returning to Bali. I had the best experience. It had the perfect climate, so tropical, and provided the best fruits, coconuts, cacao beans. I could just live on that food forever. There were also so many yummy cafes to try out with lots of healthy options. It was nice to go on a holiday and not feel like when you get home you need to go on a 20-day detox or something. For such a small island, there's so many hidden treasures to explore. Waterfalls, volcanoes, the beaches, the rice terraces, the villages. I don't think you could ever see it all. I don't think I'll be returning to Seminyak. I think it was a little bit too busy and touristy for me. It's a great place if you just want to chill at a beach club all day, and it has some really great trendy little cafes to try out. Ubud was amazing. I'll definitely return there. It had more of an old town feel to it. Ubud was touristy to an extent, but nowhere near as many people as Seminyak. East Selemadeg I'll definitely return to, which is where we stayed for our Bali eco stay. It was great to disconnect from everything because it was literally in the middle of nowhere. It was a pretty cool experience staying in an open hut in the jungle and exploring rural villages and the farming communities around the area. Out of all the places that we ate, the Bali Eco Stay cooked the best food. The food was fresh from the garden and it was cooked to order, so it was so tasty. I'm just dreaming about it now. Canggu I'll definitely return to as well. It had such a cool coastal feel to the town. It was very relaxed as well. It had the rice fields and greenery intertwined in the town as well. There were also some really cool cafes in Canggu, really healthy and trendy. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it helps if you're looking to go to Bali. I hope you've got some little tips. I'll link the places that we stayed at and went to in the description below. Thanks for watching.